I finally have an update for you regarding the gas rebate or gas refund here in the state of California. On June 24th, 2022, so just a couple of days ago, the Los Angeles Times reports, deal reached on plan for more than $9 billion in gas refunds for California drivers. This article is written by Taryn Luna, and I am going to go ahead and read that for you. It's got all of the details about when we're likely to receive this gas refund and who qualifies for the gas refund and where we're at with it. It hasn't quite passed. It still needs to go through legislature next week, but it is looking likely that this will pass in the current form that it's in. So here we go. You guys know I'll link this article for you in the description down below. Governor Gavin Newsom and state lawmakers have reached a tentative deal to send $9.5 billion in tax refunds to Californians, providing as much as $1,050 to families this fall, in long-awaited financial relief from record-high gasoline prices and other rising costs. I know I just paid $50 to put 8 gallons of gas in my hybrid Prius C. That is certainly the most I've ever paid for gas. Guys, let me know in the comments down below. What does it cost to fill up your tank right now, and how many gallons is that getting you? The plan would provide larger relief to households that earn less money and include an additional payment for dependents, according to documents outlining the proposal. Though Newsom originally hoped to get money back in people's pockets this summer, discord among Democrats at the state capitol delayed the timeline for months. Refunds to offset the highest fuel cost of any state in the nation will probably not start going out until October, if approved by legislature next week. And that's just when they're going to start going out. That's not when they will finish sending them out. So one of my viewers had joked that it might be 2023 before we saw this gas rebate or refund, and I'm starting to think he could be right. Defraying gas prices has been at the crux of debate between Newsom and lawmakers over how to spend the state's surplus tax revenues, last projected to reach $97 billion through next summer. The sides disagreed for months over who should receive refunds and how much they should get. Newsom ultimately gave up his effort to tie refunds to vehicle ownership. And let me know in the comments if you guys think that's a good idea or not. Though the Department of Motor Vehicles agreed with a legislative plan to work with the Franchise Tax Board to send direct deposits and debit cards to taxpayers, leaders of the Senate and Assembly compromised on their call to exclude wealthy Californians from being eligible for refunds and settled on an income limit of $250,000. Leaders of the Senate and Assembly compromised on their call to exclude wealthy Californians from being eligible for refunds and settled on an income cap of $250,000 for individual taxpayers and $500,000 for joint filers, more than double the limit in their original proposal. The plan would provide refunds on a sliding scale based on income levels. An individual who earns up to $75,000 a year would receive a $350 refund, which would double to $700 for joint filers earning as much as $150,000. Households would receive an additional $350 payment if they claimed any dependents, for a maximum refund of $1,050. At the next income level, single filers who earn up to $125,000 would get $250 refunds. Households that file jointly and earn up to $250,000 would receive $500. Children or any other dependents would qualify taxpayers for an additional $250 payment, making families in the income bracket eligible for as much as $750 total. Individuals who earn up to $250,000 would receive $200, and joint filers with income of as much as $500,000 would receive $400. Households with dependents would receive an extra $200, making this income bracket eligible for a maximum of $600. The legislature will vote on refunds and final state budget plan in a series of bills next week. Last week, lawmakers sent Newsom a preliminary state budget plan totaling more than $300 billion, a framework that included their initial proposal to provide $8 billion in tax refunds. Lawmakers passed the preliminary budget in order to meet a constitutional deadline of June 15th to avoid forfeiture of their paychecks. But they had not landed a deal with the governor on rebates or the spending plan and expected many details to change this week. Under the new agreement, money for refunds would increase by $1.5 billion above the legislature's initial plan. The governor rolled out an $11 billion proposal in March to give rebates to drivers. Legislatures offered various ideas that cost less than Newsom's plan, with many lawmakers wanting to direct more state funding to infrastructure projects and improvements in their districts. The effort to lessen the sting of gasoline prices also lands in the middle of an election year and at a time when inflation and interest rates are on the rise, elevating concerns about a recession. Californians paid an average of $6.34 for a gallon of regular unleaded gas as of Friday, according to the American Automobile Association. The state average dropped slightly from a record high last week, but remains $1.42 above the national average. The deal on refunds come after President Biden asked Congress to approve a gas tax holiday through September, suspending the federal gas tax in an effort to bring down gas prices by 18 cents a gallon across the nation. Biden also called on states to similarly suspend fuel taxes to further reduce prices. But I don't know about you guys, but 18 cents off each gallon, it's not going to be much of a savings. For me, my tank cost about 8 gallons to fill up, so that would be less than a $2 savings. I'm still not going to be happy about paying $48 to fill up a tiny tank of gas here in California. So although it's better than nothing, it's not that exciting to just have a gas tax holiday. Republican legislators in California have reportedly criticized Democrats for failing to take swift action to reduce the cost of gasoline, for rebuffing GOP calls to suspend the state's 51-cent a gallon excise tax on fuel. Assembly Speaker Anthony Rendon announced a legislative inquiry Monday to determine whether oil companies are ripping off drivers. The Democratic leader said he would appoint a select committee to determine steps the state can take to reduce gas prices, looking beyond just rebates. The select committee's inquiry follows a earlier investigation Newsom asked the California Energy Commission to conduct in 2019 that found big corporate gas stations charge higher prices for what appears to be the same product, and raised the possibility that competing oil companies were illegally price fixing. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited by this? Do you wish it would have still been tied to people who have registered vehicles? Is this going to be enough to offset the high prices of gas for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We will still giving out 6 free stocks when you use my link in the description down below. Yes, stock market prices and stock prices are down right now, but in my opinion, that means that if you get your free stocks now, they have a better chance of going up in the future. I do believe in buying and holding. So if you use my link, please let me know which free stocks you get. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.